is all this impacting our Indian markets? What are we watching out for? We have a team of research joining in with us to set you up for trade, tell you which are the important stocks to watch out for in today's trading session as well. First up, let's go across to Vivek, who's here to tell us the important cues in the market that we're watching out for. Good morning, Vivek.
Well, good morning. We are coming off what was a very truncated week, and remember, we had market holidays on Good Friday. Whole host of international markets too were shut on Good Friday, and today there are quite a few markets that are shut on account of the Easter holiday as well. So that is something that we need to keep in mind before we go ahead and see the cues for trade for the session today. Well, U.S. markets, a third straight week of declines is what they saw last week. Oil prices actually saw a bit of a rally in the week gone by, but they continue to hover around the $68 a barrel mark. We're talking about Brent. Now, talking about Indian markets in the week gone by actually saw the biggest weekly gain in over 2 years. The Nifty Bank was the clear outperformer, and remember, the Nifty Bank will remain in focus today on account of results reactions of HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank as well as Yes Bank, and all of the results were quite encouraging. The broader markets too performed very well, both mid-cap and small-cap index gaining over 4% each. In terms of the sectoral indices, what did very well? Well, the realty index, the financials, metals, all of these packs actually outperformed in the week gone by. And when you're talking about Friday markets, it actually saw fourth straight session of gains as far as Thursday was concerned. Now, what are the key results reactions that we need to keep an eye out for? HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Yes Bank, Infosys, when you're talking about FY26, the kind of guidance that they've given has been quite muted. In terms of Asian markets, the cues that we're getting is quite mixed. PBOC China has kept the key lending rates steady, and this was something that the street was watching out for. Earnings season, takeoff earnings season starts this week, and there will be significant earnings reaction for results that came in the weekend as well as on Friday evening.
Okay, Vivek, thank you so much for that. But let's go across to Sudarshan, who's here to tell us the important cues in the world of F&O this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Vinny. So what a week it was. We have posted weekly gains. That was the biggest weekly gain that we have seen in the last 2 years. And that was majorly led by banks. Also over the weekend, we have seen strong set of earnings from two banking heavyweights, that HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank. And it seems that in today's trade, Nifty Bank is all set to hit the record highs. As far as the cues and its impact on GIFT Nifty is concerned, it's indicating a start with minor cuts. GIFT Nifty is currently down around 30 to 40 points. And on the flows front, we continue to see buying from FIs. On Thursday also we saw FIs buying more than rupees 4,600 crore, while from DIs it was a minor set of selling that was more than rupees 2,000 crore. In the index futures too, FIs have bought more than rupees 400 crore, and they have added long positions of nearly 39,000 contracts. And in front of that short position addition was almost just 1,100. And with this, FI's long exposure now has increased to 30%, which is highest in last few days. Now, on the option front, on the call side, 25,000 call has seen the maximum addition, where the addition was almost 30 lakh shares, and followed by 24,200 call, where the addition was more than 21 lakh shares. On the put side, 23,800 put has seen addition of more than 17 lakh shares, and 23,600 put has seen addition of nearly 17 lakh shares. With these important levels for Nifty, support is now seen somewhere around 23,400, and now resistance is moved higher to around 24,000. Lastly, stocks in focus, there are total 6 stocks in the band, and new entrant is Angel One.
Okay, Sudarshan, thank you so much for that. Keep an eye out on the cues in the world of F&O as well, and some of the other stocks that Sudarshan mentioned. But now over to Ria, who's here to list out the stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. Good morning, Ria.
Well, yes, let's take a look at the stocks that are going to be in focus today. A lot of stocks will be in focus on the back of their Q4 numbers. First up, Infosys, the revenue has been sharply lower in Q4. The dollar revenue has declined by around 4.2%, and the constant currency growth has declined by 3.5% sequentially. And the company has also missed its FY25 guidance of 4.5 to 5% growth, with the growth coming in at 4.2% in FY25. For HDFC Bank, we've seen strong core operating profit growth of around 20.6% on a year-on-year basis, and the net interest income has gone up by around 4.2% over the previous year. For ICICI Bank, we've seen weak loan growth this time around, but the PNL has been quite healthy. The net profit has gone up by around 5.5%. But if you look at the deposits growth, that has been the weakest in 8 quarters, and we've seen the weakest advances growth in 17 quarters as well. Moving on to Tata Elxsi, the net profit has gone up by around 13.4% sequentially, and the margins this time around have come in at just 20.1% versus 23.5% in in the last quarter. For Just Dial, the revenue has gone up marginally, just about 0.7%. But if you look at the EBITDA margins, those have come in at 29.7% in this quarter versus 20.1% in quarter 3. For Mastek as well, the revenue has gone up by around 4.1% sequentially, but on the EBITDA margin front, we've seen a miss of around, the margins have come in at 15.3% versus 16.2% last quarter. For Geo Financial, the net profit has gone up by just about 1.7%, but on the revenue front, we've seen a growth of around 18% over the previous year. Let's also take a look at some operational updates that have come out for Oberoi Realty. The quarter 4 bookings have gone down sharply. We've seen the bookings come in at 853 crores in quarter 4 versus 1,775 crores that we saw in quarter 4 of last year. So a decline of around 52% over the previous year. For BHEL, the revenue has gone up by around 19%, and we've also seen the highest ever order inflows of 92,534 crores in FY25. Also keep your eye out on IndusInd Bank, since they have appointed Santosh Kumar as the deputy CFO of the bank. And lastly, also keep your eye out on Adani Ports, since they are going to acquire Abbott Point Port Holdings Singapore from Carmichael Rail and Port Singapore Holdings.
Right, Ria, thank you so much for that.